Is everybody ready to begin the Grand Championship matchup for 2018 season? All right, well, we're going. 20 minutes on the clock. Good luck to everybody, and your time begins now. Toss-up question. Echolocation is the use of what kind of waves? Yes, sound is right. And here's your bonus question. This is a math question. There are 6 tribbles in Mr. Spock's quarters. The tribble population doubles every hour. In how many hours will there be 90 tribbles? As always, you get a couple extra seconds for math. And I need an answer. Time, it is 4 hours. New toss-up for all players. What military group is referred to in this excerpt from a short story? I crawled to my place near the pinyon tree and looked down on the camp of the long knives. Yes? That's incorrect. Very blank. Time, it's the cavalry. New toss-up for all players. Name either of the types of animal skins that have traditionally been used to make parchment. Yes?
Oh, deer?
That's incorrect.
Deer?
No, it's goat or sheep, primarily. New toss-up for all players. On a standard TV remote control, what function is indicated by a button with a solid square on it? Yes?
Stop.
Stop is correct. Here comes your bonus. What continent is the natural habitat for the phalanger, P-H-A-L-A-N-G-E-R, and the wombat?
Australia?
Australia is correct. New toss-up for all players. Here's another math question. In lowest terms, express the ratio of 16 feet to 4 yards. Yes? You know what, we're going to clear that one out because my functioning did not occur up here, my button did not click. So that question was thrown out. The answer was 4 to 3, and here comes a new toss-up for all players. What is the formal term for that which is known colloquially in Britain as wagging, skiving, or mitching, and in America is playing hooky, ditching, or cutting? Yes?
Not attending.
More information, please.
Not attending something that you're supposed to, like work or school.
I can't accept that. Other team?
Not attending school.
Nope, I'm looking for the word truancy or an unexcused absence. Those are the phrases that I needed to hear. New toss-up for all players. The anthropologist was visiting what people when he wrote these words? We found ourselves in a cluster of dome-shaped edifices, entirely constructed of snow, which admitted... Time. Sorry, time was called. Okay.
Eskimos?
Eskimos is correct. Here comes your bonus. In order for a vote to be taken in the Senate, at least how many senators must be present?
33.
51. It's just a simple majority. New toss-up for all players. To what general category of drama was Aristotle referring to in this quote? The plot ought to be so constructed that, even without the aid of the eye, he who hears the tale told will thrill with horror and melt to pity at what takes place. Yes?
Horror.
That's incorrect. Other team?
A murder?
It's a tragedy. New toss-up for all players. What is the last word in this poem by Tennyson? In the spring a levelier iris changes on the burnished dove. In the spring a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts of...
Love.
Love is correct. Grand Blanc, here comes your first bonus. Where are you if you are above solid ground and standing simultaneously at longitudes of 330, 270, 120, and 0 degrees?
The North Pole.
It's the South Pole. New toss-up for all players. The title, President Pro Tempore, refers to a member of what U.S. governmental body? Yes?
Executive?
That is incorrect. Other team?
The House of Representatives.
It's the Senate. You guys are missing the coin flips. Here comes the new toss-up for all players. The space age began on October 4th, 1957, when the Soviet Union placed what?
Sputnik?
What satellite into orbit? That is the correct answer. Here comes your bonus. Name the largest river whose mouth was explored by Amerigo Vespucci.
The Amazon?
It is the Amazon, correct. New toss-up for all players. What planet has these characteristics? Orbital inclination of 25 degrees, surface area of about 1/4 of the Earth, sidereal period of 687 days.
Mars?
Yes, that is correct. I can't see your buzzer because your hand's covering it, but you got it right. Here comes your bonus question. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, The greatest amount of fresh surface water in the state of Washington is not stored in the state's lakes, reservoirs, and rivers, but in what?
Glaciers.
Glaciers is correct. Here comes a new toss-up. Here's a math question. One leg of a right triangle is 6 yards. Its hypotenuse is 10 yards. What is the length of the other leg? Yes?
8 yards.
8 yards is correct. Your bonus. What organ about 20 feet in length is primarily involved in digestion and absorption of food?
Intestine.
More information.
Small
It
intestine.
is the small intestine. Very well solved. New toss-up for all players. What city served as the temporary American capital from 1791 to 1800? Yes?
New York.
That's incorrect, and I will finish. While Washington, D.C. was under construction. Yes? Philadelphia is the correct answer. Your bonus. This sentence is in what voice? The lookout spotted the cavalry far away on the horizon.
Third person.
It's the active voice. New toss-up for all players. What adjective refers to any animal species facing extinction?
Endangered.
That is correct. Your bonus. About 99% of sweat is composed of what?
Salt.
It's water. New toss-up for all players. Presbyopia is a loss of accommodation that normally occurs over the age of 40 to 45 years. It is the result of diminished elasticity in what transparent biconvex body of the eye between the iris and the vitreous.
The cornea. Yeah.
That is incorrect. I will finish. Biconvex body of the eye between the iris and the vitreous humor. Time. It's the lens. Here comes a new toss-up. Here's another math question. Find 3 consecutive integers with a sum of 78.
25, 26, and 27.
That is the correct answer. Here's your bonus. What archaeological age began in China when people there first learned how to alloy tin and copper?
Bronze Age.
Bronze Age is correct. Here comes a new toss-up. The Bay of Bengal is part of what ocean? Yes.
Indian.
That's right. Your bonus. According to the epic poets, the siege of what city ended when the Greeks devised a secret weapon in the form of a horse, which enabled them to emerge triumphant after 10 years of war?
Trojan War.
I wanted the city, which is Troy. New toss-up for all players. What kind of electricity is discharged from the atmosphere when lightning strikes? Yes.
Static.
That is right. Static electricity. Here's your bonus. What Scandinavian country was the home of Thumbelina?
Norway.
It's Denmark. New toss-up. John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry was conducted with the intent of instigating a slave insurrection in what state? Yes.
Virginia.
Virginia is right. Your bonus. What animal that once numbered in the tens of millions on the prairies of the American West has been reduced to 549 in 1889?
Bison.
That's right. New toss-up for all players. Who is the other man in this excerpt? The log was wide enough for only one man to cross at a time. Robin walked some 2 or 3 feet along it. Sorry, the buzzer has rang. First time is up. The correct answer there was Little John from Robin Hood. And you guys knew it was going to be a tight match, and it is. Currently, Owosso has 90 points. Scrambling West has 100. So, that means Owosso, you almost want the advantage, don't you? So Owosso will get to pick first in lightning round. Is there anybody who would like to make substitutions at this point? Everybody set? All right, Owosso, you guys need to pick first from these 3 categories. We count alphabetically first. First words on the first page, or words of the year. Alphabetically first. First words on the first page, or words of the year.
Alphabetically first.
Okay, here's what's going to happen. When given a category or grouping of something, identify what comes first in an alphabetical list of that group. Okay? You guys have 70 seconds on the clock, and anything you don't get to, miss or pass on, goes over to them for a 30-second period. Owosso, are you ready? All right, best of luck. Answers come clearly from the captain, so I know you're speaking to me. And your time begins now. The countries in continental North America.
Canada.
Correct. The Great Lakes.
Erie.
Correct. The states in the United States.
Alabama.
Correct. Visible colors of the spectrum.
Green.
Incorrect. The houses of Hogwarts.
Hufflepuff.
Incorrect. The railroads in Monopoly.
Reading.
Incorrect. The last names of American presidents.
Pass.
The 12 signs of the modern zodiac.
Arius.
Arius is incorrect. The first names of members of the rock band The Beatles.
Pass.
Sports in the 2020 Summer Olympics.
Pass.
Okay. You guys picked up 3 on that one. Graham Blanc, you guys will have 7. You'll have 30 seconds to get through them. You may interrupt me, but make sure you do it loud and clearly so that I know who is trying to speak to you when, okay? Graham Blanc, your guys' 30 seconds begins now. Visible colors of the spectrum.
Blue.
Correct. The houses of Hogwarts.
Gryffindor.
Correct. The railroads in Monopoly.
Pass.
Last names of American presidents.
Adams.
Correct. The 12 signs of the modern zodiac.
Pass.
The first names of the members of the rock band The Beatles.
George.
Correct. Sports in the 2020 Summer Olympics.
Archery.
That is correct. Very impressive. All right, you guys picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Yes, George Harrison, John Adams. And so the 2 that we did not get, the railroads of Monopoly, is B and O. And the 12 signs of the modern zodiac is Aquarius. You kind of mixed up Aries and Aquarius there. It's Aquarius. The score right now is 150 to 120 in Graham Blanc's favor. And now you guys have a selection between first words on the first page or words of the year.
Words of the year, please.
So you're not picking the one you want, you're picking the one that you hate the least. Duly noted. All right, listen carefully. Words of the year. When given a definition or its usage, identify each of these words or phrases designated by the American Dialect Society to be the word of the year for the given time frame. I'm going to give you the year and the definition. You give me the word or phrase. Okay? You guys have 70 seconds on the clock. Same thing goes about the rebounds. Answers come loud and proud from the captain. Your guys' time begins now. 2015. This 4-letter pronoun is gender neutral.
They.
Correct. 2012. The symbol used before a searchable topic on social media.
Hashtag.
Correct. 2014. This 3-word hashtag references a movement sparked after deaths of African American youth.
Black Lives Matter.
Correct. 2011. A word meaning to take up space used before Wall Street to represent inequality in a movement.
Pass.
The 2000s. To use a search engine to look up something.
Google.
Correct. 2016. This 2-word term often described the madness of the year and sounds like lighting a trash bin with gasoline.
Pass.
2010. This 3-letter word is a software program for a phone.
iOS.
No. 2008. What the government gave by giving millions of dollars to banks and businesses about to fail.
Loan.
No. 2002. The government went looking for these in Iraq but came up short.
Terrorist.
Incorrect. 1999. The 2-letter, 1-number phrase describing a bug that caused many worries about system crashes in 2000.
Virus.
No, that is incorrect. And that is the end of our list there. You guys picked up 4. Takes you up to 190. Owosso sitting at 120. You guys have 30 seconds to pick up their leftovers. You may interrupt, but do so loudly so we don't waste time. And Owosso, your time begins now. 2011, a word meaning to take up space.
Occupy.
Correct. 2016, this 2-word term often described the madness of the year and sounds like lighting a trash bin.
Dumpster fire.
Correct. 2010, this 3-letter word is a software program for a phone.
Pass.
2008, what the government gave by giving millions of dollars to banks and businesses.
Grant?
No. 2002, the government...
Hostages.
Say again?
Hostages.
No. 1999, the 2-letter, 1-number phrase describing a bug that caused many worries about system crashes in 2000.
Pass.
All right, that's time. That was good hustle from you guys, though. We made it through. So you guys picked up 2 on that one, taking you to 140. The ones we did not get. You guys overthought this one. This 3-letter word is a software program for a phone.
App.
It's an app. 2008, the government bailed out businesses and banks. Bailout was the answer there. 2002, the government went looking for WMDs, or weapons of mass destruction. And the 2-letter, 1-number phrase, audience?
Y2K.
But since nobody in this section here was born in 1989, that's okay. All right, score stands at Graham Blanc 190, Owosso 140. Any substitutions may take place right now.
Okay, yeah, do you want to come back and do what?
8 minutes are on the clock for this final portion of our game. Good luck to everybody. Your time begins with this toss-up question now. What does the suffix mean in these words? Tonsillectomy, appendectomy, thyroidectomy. Yes.
Removal?
Yes, ectomy means removal. That is correct. Here's the bonus. What is the common name for the most abundant chemical compound on Earth's surface?
Carbon.
Is that your answer?
H2O.
Water, yes, that is the correct answer. I'll accept. New toss-up for all players. What is the lowest common denominator for these fractions? 7/10, 19/15, 6/30.
3.
That's incorrect. I will finish and I'll restate them all. 7/10, 19/15, okay?
5.
5 is the correct answer. Here's your bonus. To whom does the pronoun refer in this verse by Longfellow? He said to his friend, if the British march by land or sea from the town tonight, hang a lantern aloft in the belfry arch of the North Church. That is correct. New toss-up for all players. This is sciencey math, so listen carefully. If the mechanical advantage of a lever is 10-1, an applied force of 100 pounds balances a resistance of how many pounds? Yes.
10.
That is incorrect. Owosso.
1,000.
1,000 is correct. Here's your bonus. What U.S. national park is adjacent to the Mexican states of Chihuahua and Coahuila? Coahuila.
Yellowstone.
It's Big Bend National Park. New toss-up for all players. Here's a math question. Express this continued ratio in lowest terms. 8 ounces to 1 pound to 3 pounds. For math. Yes.
1 to 2 this, eh?
That's absolutely right. Here comes your bonus. While the extinct elephant bird of Madagascar and the giant moa of New Zealand laid the largest eggs of any bird, what living bird now holds that title?
Ostrich.
That is correct. New toss-up for all players. You must travel through what country to get from Venezuela to Panama? Yeah.
Colombia.
Colombia is the correct answer. Your bonus. Better is the comparative form of what adjective? And the answer, good is the correct answer. The toss-up for all players. This is about what country? Among its 12 cities with population in excess of 1 million people are Kanpur, Nagpur, Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Bangalore, yes,
Bangladesh.
that is incorrect. I will finish. Bangalore, Kolkata, Mumbai, and Delhi. Yes,
India.
India is right. Here comes your bonus. Name the world's lowest and saltiest sea.
The Dead Sea.
That is correct. New toss-up for all players. These are what types of creatures? Gannet, puffin, guillemot, shearwater, albatross.
Bird.
Bird is right. Your bonus. The Great Lakes are drained by what river?
St. Lawrence.
That is the correct answer. New toss-up. This is from what story by Roald Dahl? The grass you are standing on is made of a new kind of soft.
Willy Wonka.
That is incorrect. I will finish. The grass you are standing on is made of a new kind of soft, minty sugar.
Charlie and the Chocolate.
That is the correct answer. That is the right. Here comes your bonus. What poisonous snake assumes a position for attack by raising about 1/3 of its body off the ground and inflating its neck into a hood?
Viper.
It's the cobra. New toss-up for all players. The Uss Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor. Time, I will finish. Commemorates crew members of a ship sunk in what year?
1941.
That is right. Here's your bonus. In the U.S., amendments to the Constitution require the ratification of state legislatures, while international treaties require the ratification of what body?
UN Security Council.
It's the Senate, the U.S. Senate. New toss-up for all players. What flag with 5 interlocking rings flew over Antwerp for the first time? Yes.
Israel.
That's incorrect. I will finish. No, I won't.
The Olympic flag.
Yes, that is the right answer. Your bonus. What Spanish explorer was first to claim the Pacific Ocean for Spain?
Columbus.
It's Vasco da Gama. New toss-up for all players. Math question. Convert 1/6 to a percent.
16.658%.
I will accept that. That's right. Here's your bonus. Growing to a height of just 16 inches, the smallest penguins are the fairy penguins. What type of penguins may be 3 feet tall?
Emperor.
Emperor is right. New toss-up. What body in the solar system has these characteristics? Granules, convection zones, prominences,
Earth.
Nope, I will finish. Photosphere, filaments, spicules. Yeah,
Jupiter.
it's the sun. Photosphere is on the sun. New toss-up for all players. The arterial palpation of a heartbeat is called a what?
I'm sorry. I misheard the question.
Okay, time, other team.
Pulse.
It is the pulse. Well done. Here's your bonus. The energy value of a food is measured in what units?
Calorie.
Calories is right. New toss-up for all players. Name the dominant force throughout the universe. Yeah,
Gravity.
gravity is right. Here comes your bonus. Cyrus Field's most notable achievement was that of providing fast communication across what body of water?
The Atlantic.
That is right. New toss-up for all players. Sandstone forms from sand deposited by rivers, waves, ocean currents, or by what other phenomenon? Yes. That's not right. Other team? Yeah.
Erosion.
It's wind. New toss-up for all players. What boy successfully removed Excalibur from a rock?
Arthur.
Arthur is right. Here comes your bonus. It is easy to propose impossible remedies is the moral of an Aesop fable featuring what creatures that want to put a bell on a cat?
I've heard of that.
Go ahead. It's mice. New toss-up for all players. Squares have how many lines of symmetry? Yeah.
8.
That's not right.
2.
It's 4. New toss-up for all players. Originally offering them as a substitute, McDonald's announced in 2011 that it would be adding what food item to every Happy Meal? Yes.
Apple slice.
That's right, your bonus. These passages are from what novel set in American colonial times? Don't touch me with that dreadful hand. Friends, brethren, countrymen, the worst of plagues that attested tea shipped for the port by the East India Company is now arrived.
No idea.
It's Johnny Tremaine, new toss-up. What creature does Jules Verne describe in these words? It swam crossways in the direction of the Nautilus with great speed. Yes. That's not right, I will finish. Watching us with its enormous staring green eyes. Its 8 arms fixed to its head that have given...
The octopus.
It's the giant squid. New toss-up for all players. Math question. What is the height of a rectangle with a base of 13 and an area of 156? Yes.
12.
12 is right, your bonus. What phrase in the Marine Corps hymn refers to the Battle of Chapultepec during the Mexican-American War?
Remember the Alamo?
It's the Halls of Montezuma. New toss-up for all players. The title of what traditional Spanish folk song comes from the name of what mostly nocturnal insects with flat, oval bodies that are widely regarded as household pets? Yeah?
Cicadas.
No? Other team? It's La Cucaracha, the cockroach. New toss-up for all players. When the Declaration of Independence was signed, Boston had a population of about 16,000 people. At that time, there were only 2 larger cities in the United States. Name either. Yep.
Philadelphia.
That's one of them. Boston, or New York is the other one. Here's your bonus. The Spanish Armada, you will finish the bonus. The Spanish Armada was the fleet which the Habsburg king, Philip II of Spain, used in an attempt to invade what country in 1588?
England.
That is the correct answer. After 73 main game questions and 2 lightning rounds, the final score is Blanc West 340, Owosso 260. Round of applause for both teams. Everybody has something to be proud of. Congratulations to all.